Yo, what's poppin', everyone? We are Minds That Matter. I'm your girl, Tassie Janae Jones. We got my girl, Shamoni.
Hey, hey, hey.
And we also got my dog, Nicole.
What's up?
Yo, what's up, girl? Our objective is to promote positive dialogue that encourages forward thinking. We're striving to encourage and empower individuals through collaborative discussion. We hope you guys enjoy our dope conversations and content. Let us know what you think and hit us up.
And if you guys like the content we are bringing, make sure you subscribe to us on all social media platforms at Minds That Matter.
All right, everyone. So thank you for sticking by us through our bye week. We definitely appreciate you guys tuning back in with us. We want to continue our very last conversation for Mental Health Awareness Month on different topics regarding mental health. Today, we're going to talk about insecurities. There's a lot that goes in a person's mind and thought process where we feel that, we're pretty unsure about certain things that we want to bring to light. We also want to make sure and that everyone's okay with themselves and that it's okay to feel a bit, insecure about certain things. But let's talk about it. So what is the definition of insecure, y'all?
Shit, I ain't looked it up.
Your personal, I'll look up the real definition, but I mean,
so before we get into the actual definition of insecure, so when you relate insecurities to mental health, are you talking about how insecurities can affect your mental health, or
yes? Well, what are you talking about? That's what we all talking about.
That's the only way that I would
feeling insecure can lead to different types of depression or anxiety or different types of
that's perfect
situations. If you want me to be specific.
Because I didn't want it to come off to listeners as if you were saying insecurity was a mental health topic. So I just wanted us to clarify it for the listeners. That's all.
Okay, well, fuck you. Okay.
You see my face? I wasn't ready for that one. Your face was like priceless though. But no, that's important. It's okay. We do this for the listeners.
She's a complex individual.
I am a complex individual, but I just be wanting to be correct sometimes. That's all.
All the time. What you mean sometimes? Okay, we get off topic. Back to the
Tassie
asked the question.
Oh my God.
Can somebody give me a definition? I have the definition of insecurity, but what's your guys' definition of being insecure personally?
I was just saying feeling like something or you can't completely feel whole about a situation, or you're uncomfortable with a situation, or it causes you just some kind of strife, like it just upsets you or it doesn't make you feel comfortable. So just, I don't think there's one girl who doesn't have some sort of insecurity about themselves. It necessarily doesn't have to be physical. It can be a mental insecurity, like within relationships, them feeling insecure about men, just not trusting them. Just basically something that doesn't ease your mind. Like it's something you feel like you always have to worry about is what my definition of an insecurity is.
Okay.
That's a good definition. I think I would say more so someone, man or woman who is not confident in themselves and their decisions or who they are in general. Maybe someone who seeks a lot of maybe validation from others. Just not feeling whole or not knowing who you are possibly could, be categorized as insecure. And pretty much everything you said, I think I don't want to go in circles, but I think they together kind of go.
So it's a type of a lack of confidence.
In my opinion.
Yeah. What's your I think that's perfect.
That's mine. Is lack of confidence. I just feel like if you, like you said, if it's always on your mind, it's something you're trying to fix. I don't want to say necessarily towards somebody, but even within yourself, if it's always on your mind, because everyone has objectives for themselves. Whether it be the type of hair, your personal appearance, or your physical, anything. Even when it comes
insecure
to
within your job or something.
Yeah. See. Relationships or anything like that, if it's something that's on your mind all the time and you feel like it's like your flaw. So it's lack of confidence. That's all it generalizes for me. Now I want the listeners to know, I know it's a couple of weeks old, but we kind of got on the definition of insecurity from the whole Aisha Curry situation. for those that don't know, Miss Curry was on the Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, and their mother / her grandmother. And it was a great interview. If you guys want to go look at it, go follow Red Table Talk on Instagram, and they have the links to all the episodes. But it was a great interview, and there was a lot talked about. Aisha said one small comment about, her husband is a famous, basketball player. He gets a lot of attention, and she just kind of feels like it sucks that she doesn't get any attention. So we were kind of asking ourselves, is it okay for a married woman to want, attention outside of her marriage, validation from other men, outside of her marriage? Because that is an insecurity. That is a flaw of hers, wanting to want attention. But I mean, who are we to judge or anything, I mean, I guess that's my personal opinion. What do you guys think?
Well, you're the only married one, so why don't you answer that first?
Oh.
What do you think about it?
I feel like we don't know what Steph is doing inside the home. I hope her husband is the one giving the attention that she wants and needs, to where she doesn't have to want the attention outside of her marriage. But at the same time, women just like to feel popping, married or not. Like, it's just nice to feel flattered. She doesn't want any of those men. I don't think it was a problem with what she said. I think it was taken out of context. I think that it's difficult being in her shoes, having to deal with the excessive amount of fans and women, portraying themselves on her husband all the time. And she even gave an example of a woman trying to sit on his lap or sit in their car and talking about she signed up for this. Bitch, like, you will get slapped. I ain't signed up for shit. Right. Like, I don't know you. The fuck
out of here.
So I'm not against how she felt. I just think people took it out of context. But my husband and I were talking about it, and he made a very good point. Had Steph had said something like that, it would have been taken a totally different, like, men can't say that. Like, if he were like, I wish females, was looking up at me, why are all these men looking at her? Like, cause like, imagine she was like a Victoria's Secret model or something, like, and then niggas was always like in her DMs and always all over her and stuff all the time. He was just like, I wish I had the same attention as my wife. And they'd be like, oh, you a hoe. Like, like, now you want hoes looking at you. So it's like, it's two sides to it. But I just think it was taken out of context. It wasn't a big deal. What about you, ladies?
I would agree a little bit. I do think it was taken out of context. I don't think it was wrong for her to say that. I understood where she was coming from, or at least how I interpreted it. She is a married woman with 3 kids. And, sometimes that's all people see you for, is like a wife and a mother, and you want to be seen as something else. Sometimes you want to be just seen.
You want to feel sexy.
Exactly. You want to feel sexy. You want to be seen as yourself. And I think sometimes it's hard because, maybe wives and mothers don't get that type of attention anymore, and they just want to know they still got it, I mean, and it's kind of also, you can kind of bring the example of like society and like men, men literally say like, oh, ain't nobody checking for my girl, I don't want her. Like, it's in songs that, so men want to have a pretty female that they can show off. They want a trophy wife. And sometimes if you aren't getting that attention, you start to wonder, like, am I a trophy wife, or am I, good enough, or am I pretty enough? Because you're not getting that attention, whether you're married or not. And it's like society says that, like, you should be bad enough to be getting that attention. Rappers are saying it in songs, you should be bad enough to get that attention. And if you're not getting that attention, you can't be my girl, Yeah. So I think that's kind of like where it came from. I do agree that the conversation would have been very different if Steph had said that, but I think that's because of the whole like gender roles and things are like different, like men, I don't know, like it's different. Like, men are supposed to like chase women, so I think it's like in nature, but also men are supposed to be like these gods that women are like following behind. And it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just strange. It would have seemed wrong for him to say it, but I kind of feel like people, I don't know, we're probably never going to really get rid of gender roles, but, I just think that people should kind of put them on the same playing field, Like,
yeah.
Regardless, like men want to be desired. They want to know they still got it as well, whether they really want to act on it or not. People want to feel desired, and they want to feel wanted and valued.
That's true.
And just to play off what Nicole said too, I think a lot of people took what she said out of context because of the image that they portray about her to the media. So people see her as this wholesome, just motherly, like she has 3 children, she cooks, like she is like the quote unquote Stepford wife. So people want to put her in that box. And she basically just exploded that image that they have painted for her and let people know, like, nah, bitch, I'm still human. Like,
right. Exactly.
I still, just like when she tweet shit and people just blow off the handles about what she tweet, like, she's still a person. Like, she still has her own feelings. Like, she's not this image that they play her up to be on TV. And I think that he validated her in when he said, like, he's fine with his wife saying how she feels. Like, and I think that was wonderful. So I do think people took that, what she said, out of context. I agree with that. I don't think that she meant any harm by what she said. She was just basically saying, like Tasi said and Nicole said, that, damn, like, I got this man whose image is bigger than life, and these people have painted this image for me, and yes, that image pays me, but shit, I still want to be sexy. Like, shit, I still want to feel desired. I still want to be told I'm pretty. I still want, like, you know what I'm saying? She's not saying that she wants some nigga on the street catcalling at her. Like, that was not what she was saying at all. So I just think people mistaken what she said based on the image that the media has portrayed of her.
Now, is that her fault as well? Because we don't want to blame the media so much. And like you just said, it pays her. She's the one signing these cooking deals and writing these books, cookbooks. She's the one, her and her husband having been endorsed for their Christianity, and he has it on his shoes, and they're being the wholesome Christian family. Like, the media didn't make it up. Like, out of
no, I'm not saying that.
Created this image and got money. Now that it's backfired on her, now it's the media's fault. Like,
no, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that there's an image that's painted of her, and people have paid into that image, but people forget that she is a human being.
Yeah,
because this is the image that they have created for her doesn't necessarily mean that's all she is what I'm saying. She's still a person.
So isn't it her responsibility to be careful how she portrays herself in the media if she's already created this image? Like, you've been paid to, I agree that she should be a human, express herself. She's human. We feel our type of way. We can't help how we feel. We're going to say what we want to say. I just say that we can't blame the media for portraying something if she's the one who created,
like, if that's who she introduced herself to be, and now the media has taken that,
started the script,
blown it up, and it's hard for them to see anything else or pretty much portray anything else because that's who she's, like, identifying as. I mean, I get it, but, like, I feel like people need to understand that, like, we all been saying, she's human, people are human, and people are gonna fucking change. People are going to have, moments where they step outside of themselves, or they're still being themselves, but they're not as perfect as you guys want them to be. Just how, we all get angry, and, we might say some shit that we probably, like, damn, I shouldn't have said that, but, like, that's really how I feel, but, like, sometimes people you can't censor yourself all the time. And she had a vulnerable moment, or a moment I felt, based on me watching it, she was secure in what she said, and she knew what she said, and she knew how she
just opening up to her girlfriend.
She was opening it up, and people just started attacking her because of how they think that she should be, or what they want for her, or the idea that they have for her, And I feel like that you're not responsible for. Like, that's somebody else's business. How, what they want for you, that has nothing to do with you. You're going to have to continue to be yourself and be as open as you want to be, but I don't think that she should be ridiculed for having human moments, the same type of moments we all have. The only thing is she in front of the camera and she getting money, and we not.
And then also, too, you got to think about it like this. Everybody interprets everything differently. I can see the cat is blue. You can see the cat is blue, but you thinking blue is actually like oh, maybe the cat is like blowing blue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
you always got the most random analogy.
I know. I'm looking up like, what?
I'm using that as an example. Like, it can be spelled blue, like BLUE, but if you don't know different pronouns and shit like that, you can be like, oh, the cat blue. Like, the cat blue what?
Blue.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not the cat is blue. Like, it makes sense to me. Shit.
I get it though.
It makes sense to me. The point I'm trying to make is everybody interprets the same thing written or image differently. Like, it can be blue to me and it can be red to you. Shit, who knows? I don't know.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily make anybody wrong based on that. It's just, I feel like there's so many dimensions to a human being. And nowadays, we always want to make something perfect. Everything is not perfectly shaped and molded. Yeah. Everything isn't one-sided. Like, we've created this image or idea, yeah, in our minds that everything has to be beautiful and perfect. Like, and that's not realistic. Everybody has some sort of insecurity.
You're right. So back to insecurities. Like, we've all been in relationships. What insecurities have you guys struggled or battled with yourselves? And have you guys overcome them, or is it still something you struggle with today?
And as far as what?
Like anything, any type of insecurity that you've dealt with as a person in or out of a relationship.
I personally have never been like an insecure person. I think I have insecure moments, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because I'm very secure with me and all of me.
Poppin'.
Always been. But, and shout out to my family, because that's real. Like, foundation. Yo, foundation, bro. Foundation is everything. Yeah. But, I would say I have insecure moments, like certain stuff that go on. You be like, who is this bitch? Like, what? You can keep your eyes to yourself, like stuff like that.
For real.
That's small stuff, but you think about that. Or like, if I'm by myself and I'm like, bruh, I want to get this shirt, but it's a little too tight. I gotta stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, little shit like that. Or, bruh, I don't like the way my thigh look today. Like, certain shit. Certain shit. It's little shit. And I think it's just, like I said, because we have this idea in our mind that everybody has to be perfect all the time. And that's not realistic.
That is so true.
Yeah. I think I've experienced like some of the similar insecurities. I mean, of course, we are going to have insecurities with our appearance. You know, there are things we don't like. Like, I think I have horrible skin. Like, I have all this eczema and other shit going on with my skin, stretch marks, like, whatever, like things like that, I've gained weight, I've lost weight, regular shit that everyday people struggle with. And, that's okay. But I'm the only person that has to accept it. And if I don't accept it or I don't like it, then either I'm going to complain about it or I'm going to do something about it,
Right. And that's the important part. Like,
right.
The first
and more than
part,
likely, I'm going to complain about it because I'm lazy. But, when I get to the point to where, I say enough is enough, I'm fed up, then of course I'm going to make moves. Right. I don't think that anybody I've been with has necessarily made me feel insecure that I can think of. I think it's also, I do a lot of projecting my own feelings and thoughts and insecurities onto someone else and what I think they think about me. And sometimes
I completely agree with that.
Sometimes it's not that at all. It's all myself, and it's, we're our worst critics.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like people will see you and tell you you're beautiful or you're amazing, you're smart, you're gorgeous, you're the amazing person. And it can be going in one ear and not the other if you don't believe it yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So whatever you're going on, like it's all up here. Like the mind is so crazy. It's fascinating, but it's crazy because like anything can be thought up here. Nicole, you share memes about it all the time. Be pissing yourself off with thoughts created in your brain.
Yes, exactly. I take something and I'll be thinking over and overthinking it. I'm like, damn, I don't even know why I'm overthinking this. This person probably ain't even thinking about this at all, but I'm blowing some shit up out of proportion and be mad.
Like real yet, like or exactly. Ever. It never probably even happened, but like it's here, scenario in our brain. Mm-hmm. So like I guess that's something we have to focus on as people. Like be careful with the thoughts you create in your mind if possible, so that you don't build the illusions of developing or building up on your insecurities if you have any. Because if you do, like Nicole, you said it perfect. there's an acceptance. Like that's the first step. Accept what it is, if it is even real. And then what are you going to do about it is the next step. Like, are you going to do something about it? Like, or are you going to let it go? Like, like you can't just keep it here in within you, because it's not healthy. Like,
it's not.
And also projecting too, like Nicole was saying,
projecting it on other people.
Yeah, because you might think like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have said that, but they're really not even worried about what the fuck you said. They continuing on with the conversation.
Right.
You over here harping on, damn, I said that, but that's not really what I meant. Because I do that. Like if I'm in an interview and I come out the interview thinking about it after, I'm like, fuck, why did I say that?
Right. And I'm just like, damn, they probably interpreted it this way, and I really meant it this way. Or I look a certain way, and I'm like, damn, they probably, why this girl got that on? She knows and it's probably me feeling like that.
Right.
And it is me. It's not probably. It's definitely me feeling that way. And I'm just overthinking it myself, and I'm critiquing myself too hard,
Man, oh my gosh.
So I have a question. Who do you guys think women are more insecure or men are more insecure?
Men.
Really? I definitely.
Why do you think that?
Because men can't show it. They have to hold it. Like they have to just keep it all tucked away in a box because of their ego. They can't. So a lot of more men, I feel like, are insecure, especially comes out when shit doesn't go their way or when they feel some type of way about something and how they respond to, like, just for instance, like if you don't text them first, like, what the fuck I gotta text you first? Like if you want to come, you know what I'm saying? Just little stuff like that. So I feel like men are definitely way more insecure. We just talk about it more.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say men are more insecure. We're definitely more vocal. Society does not allow men to be vocal about being insecure.
Right. Toxic masculinity.
Exactly. So I definitely would agree. They hold it in all the time. I don't know.
Well, then if you say it like that, I think it's an evil playing field. I feel like men are probably insecure and women are insecure. Women, like you just said, women are just more vocal about it. Men hold it in. I don't think it's whether it's more or less. It's just that people are insecure or out there. And whether you say it or not, it's happening.
I mean, it's definitely happening, but I just feel like I'm saying men more because they're holding it in. So it's like, we'll never really know how many men are secure. It's almost like using the same example about men are out there being raped, but they're not going to tell you they're being raped. So more than likely the real percentages of the amount of men that are being raped are probably much higher or probably equal with women, but we'll never know it because that's something that they won't admit. So I think it's the same thing with insecurities.
I'm gonna agree to disagree for the first time. This is like an exclusive. I also what also is coming to mind right now for me is like plastic surgery. So like women are like changing their bodies daily. Like the rates are going up. Bitches is Transformers now. Like
dead ass.
And like it's something as simple as nose. Like fixing they fucking nose.
And these bitches all getting the same body. My God.
Yep. I was looking at that the other day.
Having the same hair, same face structure,
all that.
Same lipo tummy tuck suctures and ass shots, and God damn it, the proportions is literally like someone drew it and then they give it to the next.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what it is. People go into these doctors' offices and they're like, "This is what I want to look like. I bring you this picture. I want to look like Jennifer Lopez." Make it look. That's what they do. Like
that's crazy. But it is. That's like this is women doing it. Men can also get the surgeries done as well.
Oh, they do. They get
way more women getting it done.
And like, for instance, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just going to throw this in there real quick.
Whatever, Shannon. Every episode, how many you don't fucking mean to do that shit.
Oh, she is feisty.
Put the wine down.
I don't have no wine.
Goddamn, she
drank it already.
Go ahead. Never mind. I'll keep my damn
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, Pearl, go ahead. I'll tell after. Go.
No, I was just putting out the point that's why I believe women are more insecure, because it's simple. Like there's that's just one portion of insecurities right there, where you're not happy with a certain part of your body. So there's a huge rate or percentage of women out there getting these surgeries. Like you said, just looking like copycats. Like,
I mean, but it's a lot of men getting surgeries too, especially the men that are in like certain professions, like acting, music, real estate, fucking, all those things that like they're getting them. I'm seeing a lot more men with surgeries, especially on their face.
More than women?
not more than women, but I'm just saying that it's becoming increasingly common. Like I seen a man get a whole fake 6-pack. Like it's out here, you know.
Seen that too.
And Kanye, what I was gonna say was Kanye West had lipo.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
nobody knew that.
He said, y'all made fun of Rob.
Nobody knew about that shit for a long time. So that goes back to my point. What I'm saying is men don't like to admit it. They will never admit it. So you really never know how many demons they're facing. And I've had enough, well, I can't say this goes for every man in the world, but I've had enough conversations with men that are around me to know that their insecurities are like deep rooted. And because they have to hold back, they don't say nothing and they never explore them to try to fix them. So they just keep festering and they pass that on indirectly.
Well, I just feel like it depends on what kind of man you're with then too. Because if you're with a man who's holding it in, and like you said, sometimes that can put on whatever relationship they're in. And then that's not healthy. But if you're with a man, like hopefully you're their safe haven and they'll be able to open up about those insecurities and then you'll be able to help resolve them, like the acceptance and figuring out what you're going to do about it. So then you'll find out what men are insecure or not based on them being able to be open around you as a person. But, I just feel like I hope whoever is insecure about something, kind of hone in on what it is, figure out why, because probably it's something that's not even true. Like if you feel like you're ugly or if you feel like you're overweight or if you feel like your hair is not long enough, girl, get you some hair. Get you some hair. Girl. You're popping, like period, whether man or female, like you're amazing. You're individuals. You shouldn't have to change a thing about yourself. God don't make mistakes. And what you have to believe it. I can tell you 100 times, but if you don't believe it, you got to figure out what you want to do about it so we can help you build the best you.
And he also gives us the tools to fix it too. It's
right.
Just a matter of,
we got to use them. We got to put in half the work. We got to put in half the work.
And everything is not given to you, period. Nothing in life is given to you.
You gotta work, honey.
Yeah. Even if it is given to you, you gotta maintain it. So it's work from every angles, and the insecurities can really be worked through. And I think it also takes a person to be willing to really self-reflect within themselves and figure out what their insecurity is, pinpoint it, and then actively make a plan to work with it. And then also find some sort of faith base to help them stay focused, because life is hard. If ain't nobody told you, I'm telling you.
Say it again, sir.
If you ain't figured it out by now, my God. I'm trying to tell y'all.
She would have got a chocolate. She was
Actually, this is a piece of chicken.
I was like, oh, my bad. I apologize.
Where did it come from?
My plate's sitting right here, and I just reached back over and got it. I like my chicken a little black, so that's why it looks so dark.
That's what she said.
Hey, well, if you guys like the content we're bringing, help us by continuing the conversation. Comment in the descriptions below. Let us know if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to help us out with some topics, feel free to throw them at us. We do need them. Do us a favor.
Please.
Join us on all social media platforms. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to all the podcast content. And remember, guys, we are Minds That Matter. Peace.
Oh, yeah. Peace, y'all.